welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my birth story with you. So if you want to hear all about it, then just keep on watching. Alright, so let's rewind all the way back to Tuesday, August 6th, around 1 a.m. That's when my contractions started. So I've heard from the classes that me and my husband took, and then from other women, that their contractions felt like really strong menstrual cramps. Well, mine did not. They felt like really intense, sharp pains. So yeah, that's what mine felt like. They began around 1 a.m. And they continued for about an hour, every 5 minutes for an hour. Well, maybe about an hour and a half. Because at 3 a.m., my husband looked over at me and he was like, "You ready to go to the hospital?" And I was like, "Yes, let's go." So we got in the car. We already had our car packed up. We got in the car. We drove to the hospital. Thankfully, the hospital was only 13 minutes away. All right, so we arrived at the hospital, and after we got checked in or whatever, they sent us back, and the nurse checked me. When she checked me, y'all, I was a whopping 1 centimeter dilated. Now, because I was only dilated 1 centimeter, she let us stay for a little bit. We walked around for about an hour, hour and a half, and then she checked me again. When she checked me, I was like, I know I've dilated some more. She checked me, and I was still 1 centimeter. So she sent us home. Back to the house we went. As soon as we got to the house, my contractions started back up, and they were back with the vengeance because, y'all, they were hurting so bad. All day. They continued all day. Alright, so they continued all the way into the next day. And so we went back to the hospital because, again, they were happening. I think the rule was 5-1-1. So if the contractions happen every 5 minutes for an hour, lasting 1 minute. So basically back to back to back, super strong contractions, then go to the hospital. So that was happening, and so we drove back to the hospital. This time she checked me and I was 2 centimeters. Yay, progress, but not good enough. So again, she had me walk around the hospital for about an hour, hour and a half, and she checked me again and I was still 2 centimeters. Since I was still 2 centimeters, she sent us home. Which I wasn't happy about because I was just ready to get it done. So we got back home, and my contractions were so strong, y'all. As soon as we got home again, they started back up, and I was so tired, so tired. As soon as we got back home, I was trying to get a nap in, but of course that wasn't gonna happen. I was contracting so freaking bad, y'all. Like, it was real bad. I couldn't nap. It was so uncomfortable. Every time I laid down, it's like my contractions will get 100 times worse. So I was like, well, maybe I should try to eat something. My husband got me these oxtails that I love so much, and I couldn't even eat. I had maybe like 1 bite, and then I was like, all right, I'm done. The contractions, I guess they just took my appetite away. Alright, so now it is the next morning, or it was the next morning. It was Thursday, August 7th, around 7 a.m. I went to the restroom and my mucus plug came out. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I was flipping out. So I was like, oh my gosh, what should I do? What should I do? My husband was at work. I was at home by myself. So I was like, okay, let me call the on-call doctor. Like I said, it was around 7 a.m. So it wasn't even too early. It was 7 a.m. So I called my on-call doctor, and I let her know. I was like, hi, my name is Cassie. I'm 39 weeks and I think 3 days pregnant, and my mucus plug has just come out. What do I do? And she was like I had woke up out of her sleep or something. Like, this isn't her job. She was like, okay, some women lose their mucus plug and don't go into labor until like 2 weeks later. So I think you're okay. I was like, okay, thank you so much. Hung up. Y'all, I was so pissed. I was like, this lady is rude AF. I wanted to slap her through the phone. Anyways, so, but I tried to freak out that bad because I knew I had my 1 week checkup at 11 a.m. So I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna let that's not gonna break me, because I'm gonna see my doctor at 11 a.m. So I hung up with her and my contractions continued. When I tell you they continued painfully. And I thought I was gonna drive myself, but I wouldn't have made it, y'all. So my husband finally got to the house and we got in the car, drove to my doctor's appointment. Got out the car, was waiting in the waiting room. Now my doctor, I don't know why, they always take forever, but this time seemed like it took extra long. So I'm sitting in the waiting room and my contractions are so strong, y'all. They're so strong. People in the waiting room looking at me like, oh my gosh, it's just about to have this baby, because I'm in there like focused breathing. I'm like my husband looking at me like this, the lady over there looking at me like this, the guy over there like, and I'm like, just focus breathing, focus on your breathing. Anyways, they call me back and my doctor, she checks me. One, I just want to say that when they check you to see how many centimeters you dilated, that hurts. Like, it hurts. But this time, y'all, she checked me and I literally didn't feel anything. She checked me and guess how much I was dilated? I was 6 centimeters, y'all. Hallelujah. I was 6 centimeters. So that means that I was in labor now, and so it's getting close. So she was like, okay, it's time for y'all to head to the hospital. Thankfully the hospital was literally around the corner from my doctor's office. So me and my husband got in the car and we drove to the hospital. All right, so we arrived at the hospital. Woohoo! Got out the car, unloaded the car. Y'all, my husband still had on his work clothes. In just a second, I'm going to show y'all. We didn't get a full recording of everything because it was just me and my husband. We didn't have anybody else there. So we were trying to focus on getting the baby out. So I have some footage and some pictures that I'm going to add in a few. But anyways, you'll see my husband. He's still in his work clothes.
Oh yeah, I will. Jet, the movie that was playing when you was born is a movie called Divergent. This is what's playing the day you come into the world. 8819, Cassie Lynn, baby boy. I got you the VIP room.
Alright, so we're now checked into our room. By the way, it was a really nice room. We're checked into our room, and my goal for this delivery was to go through it without with the limited amount of medication. So Nurse Abby comes in. And she is giving me, or about to give me, an IV with fluids before they check me. So y'all, she stuck me 2 times and still didn't get the needle in. And so she was like, okay, Cassie, I'm gonna try one more time, and if I can't do it, then I'm gonna have Susie do it. And I was like, go get Nurse Susie now. Like, why do you have to try again? Anyways, she tried again. Asked me, did she get it? No. She had to call Nurse Susie. So Nurse Susie came in, boop, get it in. And if y'all don't know, I'm veiny, so I don't understand why she couldn't get it. I'm very veiny. Anyways, Nurse Susie got it. So I'm getting the fluids in, and then they check me. Ask me how many centimeters I was this time. Y'all, I was 9 centimeters. The woman's body is amazing. I literally, within a matter of days, went from 1 to 2 to 6, and then hours later went from 6 to 9. What?
This episode of Cassies Gazette. Cassie is in the delivery room. You want to say something to your fans?
No.
How about Jet? That's code for gang, 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 Jet. Signing out. Say bye. Later. 5.3.926. What you want to say to the people out there watching?
It's hot.
Tell them how many centimeters you dilated.
9 centimeters.
Gang, gang, gang.
My back hurt.
Video blog 752.79, 0.3.2. Time and date, year 2019, year of the millennial. Sorry, it's a contraction. Hold on. You have one?
Perhaps the answer lies in the corrupt ideal of an entire faction, the theft of resources, the general incompetence, the abuse of their children. They beat you, like Marcus against you. They won't beat anybody.
Now that I was dilated 9 centimeters, my water still had not broke yet. So my doctor came in and she broke it for me. I thought it was gonna hurt, but it actually didn't hurt at all. She broke it and didn't feel anything but just like a warm gush. Sorry if it was TMI. Okay, so after she broke my water, baby boy was still too high, way too high. Too high for him to come out. I'm trying to breathe through the pain, and that could only go on for so long. All right, so after hours have passed, a lot of hours have passed, he is still way too high. And at this point, you'll see in the video, but I'm sitting up like this, breathing through my contractions. So now at this point, they're like, okay, so we're trying to get him lower, so we're gonna try different positions. So they have like this flamingo pose they want me to try. They want me to do the peanut ball. They have different things they want me to try out of this position. Mind you, I've been in this position, this seated position, the entire time, and I've been able to breathe through my contractions. But now they want me to move in different positions. So the flamingo pose, I had to lie on my side and like put one leg up, like if I was in a passe for dancers, cheer people. Y'all, when I tell you it hurt so bad, like, I guess from contracting for so many hours and then having to lay on my side to do that pose, oh my goodness, it hurt so bad. It hurt so bad. And I just couldn't take the pain no more. So after that flamingo pose, I was like, give me the epidural. They gave me the epidural. Pause for a second. I've heard so many like horror stories about epidurals, about people getting them and then it goes wrong, and having to get them again. But I got my epidural and it went fine. I didn't have any issues with it. So I got the epidural, and when I got the epidural, my contractions said skirt. They came to a complete stop. Like, they were happening quickly before I got the epidural, and as soon as I got it, they literally slowed all the way down. So mind you, other women have came in, given birth, checked out, and gone home, and I'm still here. So I was like, crap. Hours have passed. I've tried the flamingo pose, I've tried the peanut ball, I've tried all these different things, but like I said, since I've had the epidural, my contractions slowed down. And if you don't know, when your water breaks, you have a limited amount of time before the baby has to get out, and we had reached that point. We were out of time, and so I had to have an emergency C-section. It's not what I wanted, but at this point I was like, get him out, get him out. He ready to get him out, get him out, get him out, get him out. Do what you gotta do, get him out, get him out.
That's boring.
All right, so they wheel me back, and mind you, my husband is in there too, and he saw some stuff that he wasn't even supposed to see. I think it kind of scarred him for life, but he'll be all right. Anyway, so as they're, you know, going in and about to get the baby out, they find something. They find 2 cysts on my ovaries. Mind you, I want to say that I'm still awake, but I feel so drugged up, y'all, that I'm just out of it. So I'm on a table like this, and I don't feel anything, but I'm so out of it, like I feel like I can barely keep my eyes open. But anyways, so they're in there and they get the baby out, and they find 2 cysts on my ovaries. So thankfully they removed those the same time they removed the baby, so I was in there a little bit longer, but it was fine. Everything was good afterwards. So thank God that they got those cysts out along with baby boy. But anyways, all this to tell you guys that me and my husband gave birth to a healthy, beautiful baby boy named Jet. Keep watching for some hospital pics, and if I haven't inserted the video clips already, then I'll insert them now. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.